Hello, Alaska, and thanks for taking the time to listen to this update on what we're doing in D.C. to repeal and repair the Affordable Care Act. Over the past months, I've heard from thousands of you here in D.C., in meetings and stakeholders in Alaska, and numerous town hall meetings and other meetings across the state about healthcare and other issues. It's a personal and complex issue, and I want you to know that I'm listening to all of your concerns. I know many of you have been given a lot of conflicting and confusing information on the process here in D.C. While I believe that members of the Senate leadership team could have been more open in writing the bill that we will soon be considering, I also believe that given the stakes involved, the current situation in the healthcare market in Alaska and nationally is not sustainable. Something has to be done, and it has to be done soon. Let me spend a few minutes telling you what I've been working on to make any legislation in the Congress better for Alaskans, to keep what's worked for some Alaskans under the Affordable Care Act, like continued coverage for those with pre-existing conditions, and to replace it with a bill that will better serve Alaskans. I've been relentlessly focused on educating leadership in the Senate and the House and the White House about how big of an outlier Alaska is as it relates to healthcare and insurance costs relative to the rest of the country. So I've kept my focus to three general areas that we're going to continue to focus on. First, we must stabilize our health insurance system. Alaska is a small, isolated, and high-cost state, the highest cost state. We are now down to one insurer in the individual market. That's not sustainable. Second, there are thousands of Alaskans who receive subsidies for their health insurance because of the high costs, but there are also thousands of Alaskans who don't receive any subsidies for their health insurance, and they are being literally wiped out financially. We have to start reversing the trend of these dramatically increasing premiums and improve the affordability of healthcare for all Alaskans. And third, we need a sustainable and equitable path forward for Medicaid. I'm working to make sure that the rug does not get pulled out from Alaskans regardless of how they receive their insurance. In my meetings with Alaskans, there is certainly disagreement on how to fix our healthcare system, but there is near unanimous agreement that a one-size-fits-all top-down approach from Washington, D.C. doesn't work for our state. The Affordable Care Act is proof of this. I also believe that the individual and employer mandates in that act have done more harm than good for our state and need to be repealed. While many Alaskans have received coverage since the Affordable Care Act was enacted, it is often not affordable coverage. Our costs have spiraled out of control. In the last 4 years, insurance premiums in Alaska on the individual market have gone up by more than 200%, now averaging over $1,000 a month for just an individual Alaskan receiving insurance. In fact, the director of Alaska's Division of Insurance recently said in testimony to the Senate that our market is in chaos. The current system is not sustainable for Alaskans, individuals, our families, and our small businesses. Overall, I believe that we can do better for our state and our country, but I will not vote for a bill that will make things worse for Alaskans. Thanks for listening, and I'll continue to be in touch with all of you.